So a poll came out yesterday showing that Bernie Sanders, among all other Democrats running for president in 2020, Bernie Sanders has a double-digit lead among young voters here in the United States between the ages of 18 and 29. Currently, and I know we're still way out from the election and these numbers 100% are going to change probably within a month, and they're going to change repeatedly until the election. So it's probably too early to even be talking about this. But to me, the poll's not important. But nonetheless, here are the numbers. Bernie Sanders, 31%. Next highest up is Joe Biden with 20%. Then you have Beto O'Rourke with 10%. Nobody else even cracks 5%, but you do have 20% of young voters between 18 and 29 who said they don't know yet. So yeah, these numbers are going to change. But it's not the numbers that are important to this story here. What's important to me are the attacks coming on both Bernie Sanders and this entire friggin' age group from not just Republicans, but plenty of disgusting centrist Democrats on social media. I was appalled to see what these people who call themselves liberals, they're registered as Democrats. I was appalled to see what these idiots had to say about this group of voters. Let's start with Republicans though, right? Because Republicans threw out the obvious ones. Oh, well, this age group, 18 to 29, they're just lazy. They like Bernie Sanders because he wants to give them free stuff. Wait till they see that 75% of their paycheck is taken out in taxes. It's an actual quote that I saw from a Republican on Twitter. That's not true whatsoever, but sure, go ahead with your free stuff socialist lies. Because the Democrats are the ones who really pissed me off here. They were out there saying, yeah, but this age group doesn't vote, so they don't matter. Oh, you'll get wiser as you get older. Throwing out that old condescending line of, you don't know good enough right now. Maybe when you're my age, you'll be a little bit smarter. Yeah, you can go straight to hell in the express lane, by the way. And then you have the people saying, it's just the cult of personality. You ever seen Bernie Sanders out there talking? Not exactly the kind of personality that really just attracts people like, oh, what a fun guy. No. Beto O'Rourke has a fun and uplifting and, pretty cool personality. If I had the chance to probably get a drink with one of them, probably going to pick Beto just because he looks like we could get into some fun later doing whatever the hell we wanted to do. That's a cult of personality. Now, I'll admit there are plenty of the hardcore Bernie folk who it is a cult of personality. It's creepy and gross. I'm with you on that. But to say that these young voters are just attracted to his personality shows that you, older people, have aged out of politics. You've aged out of being able to objectively look at something, to look at data and think that it doesn't mean anything. That's ridiculous. Here's what it is. You have a generation, 18 to 29, that has to go through active shooter drills. Baby boomers didn't have to do that. Yeah, you had to go through your, there's a nuclear bomb, duck and cover, because that'll save you. These kids have had to actually watch the horrors that they prepared for unfold in their own classrooms. They have lived 100% of their lives knowing that climate change is real, that it was caused by human beings, and that our elected officials aren't doing a damn thing about it, even though the signs of it, the effects of it, are all around us throughout their entire lifetimes. They know that unlike you, boomers and middle-aged Democrats, you're not saddled with as much student loan debt as they are. Interest rates when you took out your college loans were 1% to 2%. They're paying 8% and 9%. It's not sustainable. You came into a better job market than they have. You aren't able to retire because you put crappy politicians in place who've made it virtually impossible. So you're hanging on to the good jobs where in the past you would have retired. So now these people can't get good jobs in the industries that they've trained for throughout college. Do you see what I'm saying? You screwed up this country. And now you're trying to tell these young voters to sit your ass down because you don't know any better. It'll dawn on you when you get older. That's about as condescending as humanly possible and proves that there are just as many Democrats as there are Republicans who don't seem to understand what's actually going on in this country. Thanks for watching, everybody, and don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.